Good morning, everyone. Yeah. Welcome. Yesterday I was live here and we did color the skin, at least the face and the hand. I thought that was the most difficult parts, so we did do that. And in the evening I finished the whole skin. So as you can see, it's now colored all the way. Then and we did this with prismacolors. So I already told you yesterday in that video that we are going to do the hair today, and we are going to use polychromos. So oh, I see I forgot her ear. Can you see it? So I'm going to do this. I give her just the basic color so I can finish that later. Little, it's just some small thing. So we are going to use polychromos, and I want to do it a little bit like this. I really like the red tone in her hair, and also the blue tones in it from the sea, from the water. Okay, so I already started because I had to see which colors was for me fitting, and my hair is a little bit lighter than the original, but I think it's okay. And maybe I am going to change when I'm finished with the hair. I'm going to change it with a darker brown to darken it a little, but for now it's okay. So I will tell you which colors I used. I used this is a very small one, and I don't have the whole name on my pencil anymore, but I think it's light cobalt turquoise, and it's 154. And I am going to use terracotta. It's I believe 86. I'm going to use sanguine, and I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that okay, but I think it's sanguine, and it's 188, I believe. And then I have here burnt sienna, and it's 185 or sorry, 285 or 255, but it's burnt sienna. Okay, so the burnt sienna I had for my darkest tone, but I'm not sure if I think it's dark enough, but we will see in the end how everything is coming together, and I can always change things up, so no problem with that. So what did I do? I took my blue pencil and I just put some strokes what is on the top of a hairline. So when you take like this one, this is this big, and I took it the top. I make a little bit like the blue, because the light, the water will reflect on this side the most. And then I took some here, but I don't know how much we'll be seeing after I put my other colors on it, but this one is important. So the top parts of each I don't know how you call it, each piece of the hair, you can color with some blue, and that is the one what the water will reflect on, the light. Okay, so that is what I did. So I did it here. And sometimes I sometimes I did also a piece just somewhere in the hair, just to make to bring the color extra into the hair. Okay, So I just colored just like this, and that's it. Then I took my two brown red colors, it's Terracotta and Sanguine, and I started to play with the lights and the darks. So I'm just going to make this a little bit sharper, and I will start here because I can't do the whole hair because I am here for 3-4 hours and that is a little bit too long. So I'm just going to show you here how I'm going to do this when I'm working on that. So if I have one piece of hair like this strand, or strand it is called, I think, in English. So then I have my lightest color, and it's terracotta, and I put it in the middle because this is where my lightest piece is from this piece of hair. So I make sure that that is also the lightest color of those red tones. Then I'm taking my sanguine and I'm going from the top and I'm bringing with stripes. Thus I am not coloring, I am drawing. So I'm making those lines into the hair. Thus I'm not going to color, only making lines. So I know when I'm here, this is a darker piece of my hair, and on the bottom. So it's always important to play with your dark and lights. And I am going over my blue a little because when the light red brownish color, so the terracotta, goes over my blue, it gives me more like a sea vibe, so more like a water look. So when the sea reflects on an animal or whatever, they get this kind of color. It's blue with green, and I really like that kind of vibe on the hair also. And I want to have here also a little bit of blue, just a hint. And can you see it? I will take my camera a little bit lower, and I hope I'm not out of frame now. I will have to see. Maybe this will be better for you to see. So you can see the blues and all those brown tones, brown red tones. It's the first time that I'm doing this in this color, and I must say that I really like it. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do it more often. At least that's what I'm thinking now. So with my lightest color I'm going to make this one very carefully, and it was blue and I'm just going over it. Okay, so I'm taking my darker color, and that's the burnt sienna, and now I'm going to make it even darker at the top. And also the same with the other color, just drawing the hairs. I have to do little strange things with my arm, but I'm just going to manage. So she has also hair here in her face. So I'm going to see if I can see it when I'm doing it with my sanguine. So it's in her eye here. I have to have a very sharp point to do this. So it's going up here. Okay, that went well. Oh, so it's a little bit low, I see. Okay. So I didn't do her eyes yet and her, oh my gosh, eyebrow. I have to think. Her eyebrow, but we will do that later because I'm not sure what kind of colors it will be. So I decide when everything is colored in what kind of color her eyes will be. I think it will be blue, but I wanted to match it with the colors with what's in the background, and I'm going to do the background with pen pastels, so it's a little bit different than my pencil color, so I need to see what kind of color we are going to do then. So that was very quick, wasn't it? So here it's a little bit lighter, and I just wanted to leave it lighter because that is reflecting the lights from the sunlight. I didn't have a color that was matching really what I liked in my polychromos. I can use the cream one, the ivory one, but I didn't want it. So I took one of my prismacolors. If you don't have prismacolors, just look for a color what will be the best for the light. So maybe it will be a soft yellow from your polychromos, or maybe just the ivory. Just see for yourself what is the best color to use. And always make some testing. I'm always testing my colors on my piece of paper. Okay, so now I'm going to take this color, and this number for the people who has this is beige, and it's PC997. And this is a color that I also use in her skin, so then the color in her skin will be back in her hair. So it will be more matching in the whole piece. Okay, it's just a little, but now we have a highlight in her hair. Okay, so again we start here. We have our blues. Here's a little bit, here, here, and that's for now. It's okay. Maybe I will do here just a little, just to give it a little bit more interest in her hair. And I know these are old goldfish, and I know it will be a sea theme, so I like it when the blue comes back in her hair. I really love it, so that's why I'm choosing it. But if you don't like it, leave the blue out of it. I start again with my terracotta, and again I'm putting a light layer on the lightest piece, so where the light will reflect on her hair. This is how I start, just to make some color blocking on her hair. Then I take my sanguine and I'm started with drawing the stripes So here the hair will come together in a V, so I know that this one will be darker. So now I'm starting from coming up to up, from down to up. So start with coloring what you see at that time. So I'm seeing here all those V's, so I know I have to make it darker. So I'm just starting to play first with that, and then everything later will come together. Also here it's making for me the darker piece, so I'm just coloring that first. Okay, I'm coming back with my lighter color again, and then also I'm going to draw. But then I am extending the color that I am already put there. So I'm putting the sanguine here on top, and then I'm going from above about here. I'm taking the color down with my terracotta. But now I'm also going to make that drawing movement. Try to leave the light between all those colors, because that is what makes the hair bringing alive. So I'm going over here, a little bit over the blue, because that gives me the sea color, like I call it. So how are you all doing today? Here in the Netherlands it's hot. I have a dress on. I'm not wearing a dress. Only when I'm very hot I'm wearing a dress. It's here in my room. I have a very small room. I'm taking now the burnt sienna. I have a very small room here with just a small window, and it's so hot in here. That's why I'm decided, well, okay, I have to do this in the morning, because in the afternoon I'm not going to make it. And maybe I will come up tonight with part 3. This is part 2. If you want to see the hair of the face and the hand, you can see part 1. For the Dutch people, I linked it in Facebook, but you also can go to my channel and look that up. And if you are here for the first time, welcome. And if you like it, please subscribe, because I want to grow and I need more subscribers to grow. And yeah, maybe you can push the button on the bell and then you get a message when I am live, because I'm always live. And my problem is a little bit that I don't know when I can come live, because I have a day job and I am not always certain when I am free. Lately it goes a little bit better, but there were times, and especially when it's very busy. On this moment it's very busy, and with Christmas time and hey, hello Antoinette, welcome. Yeah, it's hot in here. Alles open here. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I have a very small window in here, and it's open, but still the sun is on it and it's so warm. So that's why I'm now here. But welcome, nice to see you here. So like I said, if you are new here, maybe you can subscribe and try to let me grow. Okay, I'm now going to put the beige from the prismacolor over the lightest parts, so the highlight parts. I'm really liking this color combination. It's so different than what I'm doing usually, so I like it. So I'm taking my burnt sienna and I'm going to put more dark in it. And there are a lot of people who are watching my videos and didn't subscribe yet. It's more than, I think, about 40% or something, so that's a lot. So people liking it and they are coming to watch, but they don't subscribe. So yeah, that's a pity. And also it's, I don't like to do it, but it's something that we as YouTubers has to do it. Ask for the thumbs up and for the likes. You can share the videos also, that's no problem at all. It's just a way to let the people know that I'm here and that I'm doing what I'm doing. I know there are a lot of people who likes to color, who loves to color. So yeah. So I think for now this is okay. I'm watching on my screen to see how it looks, because you can see it on your screen or on a photo. It's much better than in real life. It's so different when you're looking at some kind of picture or so also. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to color a little bit down here. Oh, that's a pity, because it's one of the most lovable and easy way to color with polychromos. You can like this coloring, I can't put this kind of detail in hair with for example wax pencils. like luminance, like light fast or whatever. I have them all. I did my face with prismacolors and I really love them, but I can't get this detail with my prismacolors. So you need to have a pencil with a harder lid, so to get those lines in it. So they are so useful. So take them out of your closet and try. Where are you coloring with, Antoinette? I'm putting a little bit blue here because I love the blue in it so much. I take my lightest color again, the terracotta. Now I have to sit a little bit different again. And this is just to show you the best way I can, because if I'm here on my own and with no cameras, I would turn my paper. But for now, we are doing it like this. I'm taking my sanguine. You can see here the hair is twisted, so it makes a darker spot on here. I'm coming with my Prisma to put on the lightest color, so I'm not going to lose it. This one, it's also in the banner from the first video. You can see it, but it's this coloring book. I don't know if I have it now in frame because my okay, I will go down like this. It's Serenity, and it's a coloring book from Anastasia Eli Goldareva. And there are all kinds of such pretty girls. And yes, you have to love to color girls. This one is done with Copics. So I don't know what you have to color. And let me see, what did I do more? This one is done with pastels, with pen pastels. And I also have videos from this one on my channel. It's about 3 or 4 videos, but this is pastels. Yeah, they are really beautiful. I really love it. I can draw or color this the whole day, every time again. This one was a test, and you can see I want to try watercolors, but the paper is so awful for this. It's all bubbling and I don't like it, so I stopped with it. But yeah, you have to try some things out. This is also so pretty. It's not easy, but pretty. But we are not in a hurry. And this one I tried also out. This is paint, acrylic paint. And I think the skin color is too dark, but it was for me the first time and I had to mix my paints, and I didn't have so much for the lighter color, so but it's okay, but it could be better. But yeah, that's the learning part. Yeah? I'm also learning just like everybody else, so that's what it is. I have also my tea. So sometimes I'm going to take a sip. Okay, let's start to do the darker colors. I'm coming in with my sanguine. But it is not a cheap coloring book. It's around, oh my gosh, 30 euros I think. I'm not sure, but it's not cheap. And she has, I think, now 4 different ones, 4 or 5. I've only had this one, but there are more. There are some, she has one with mermaids, and I am thinking about it to buy that one too. And yes, and she has, I think she has 4 one. And you can look it up on YouTube and see the flip through from the books. I also have a flip through for this one, so if you want to see it a little bit slower than what I just did, you can see that video also. You see, I'm just drawing lines there wherever I want. If I think, okay, that needs a line there, a hairline, then I'm just drawing it in. Take my terracotta again to make that light reddish color a little bit darker. And I'm going over my red, over my blue, sorry. And as you can see, I'm just coming back to places where I already was finished, but then sometimes you're thinking, oh no, there has to be a little bit more color, or just small changes. And then there is no problem, you can do it. So do you like this coloring hair, this color for the hair? Because for me it's the first time, and I'm really surprised how much I like this, because normally I would never done this. I like to color strange colors like purples and blues and all that kind of things, but I never did did this color, but I think I'm love. And take it piece by piece. Don't do the whole part all with one color and then the other one all color. Take it by piece. That is the easiest way for you to see where you have to lay your color. You can see here is more shadow. The artist drew more shadow here, so we are going to use it. We are making it darker than the other parts. So always watch what the artist drawn. Coming back with my lightest color. I'm making some parts a little bit darker now. And take your time, don't hurry. It's not necessary. Why would you hurry? If I'm tired of it and I don't want to color anymore, then I'm just going away, do something else and coming back later. And always using a light hand. Because when you need to blend like I do with layers, you need light hand with coloring. And I want a small hint of blue on this top. So if you are coloring, and I'll show you, if you have a heavy hand with coloring and you're doing like this, it's very hard to blend the other colors in it. Well, these two are okay, but normally it's very hard to get your colors to blend. So when you are coloring like this, just with light colors, light pressure, then it's much easier for you to blend other colors in it, because you won't see the lines. And this is the way we are going to blend our colors. So I'm putting extra layer on it and go over it here and blend it. This is the easiest way for you to blend. So when you are having a heavy hand and you can't get it to the light, just take your pencil back, hold it at the end, and then you can't put so much pressure on your point. So automatically, oh my gosh, what a word, you are going to get a lighter layer. Okay, so maybe that's a tip for some people who have a heavy hand with coloring, because I know not a lot of people there. I have to zoom in back, I see. So I'm using now the sanguine, and I'm going to start to darken everything up. Taking my burnt sienna and burnt sienna is a brown with a red undertone in it. If you have for example raw umber, that is a really dark brown color, and I'm always calling them my warm browns and my cooler browns. So the burnt sienna is my warm brown color, and my raw umber tints are my cooler brown tints. And because we are playing now with red tones, we are using a warmer brown tone. So the burnt sienna. I'm also having here, let's see, another brown color with hair, and this is a cooler tone. You can see so much the difference with warm tones and cooler tones. So maybe that's interesting for you. So that is what's really the difference. Okay, I have to see here because this is a line who stops here. And then the darker color will start here. So taking my brown color just to And as you can see, I'm still coming back to correct some things. My eyes will always going all over the place. Sometimes I think why? But yeah, that's what it is. And when I'm coloring here, I'm seeing over there and think, oh my gosh, that needs to be darker, or that needs to be lighter, or but your eyes will be trained when you are doing this more and more. Your eyes will be trained to do that. So I'm going over it with my lightest color, so the terracotta, to tone it down. Okay, so here the hair will be going in all kinds of ways. It's going up, down, it curls here, and then another piece is going that way, so we have to be careful what we are doing now and really paying attention to it, because it's important to have the right movements. Here it's going up, taken sanguine, this is my prismacolor, burnt sienna, sanguine, and my terracotta. Taking my burnt sienna again to make it even a little bit darker on the bottom. Sanguine. So you see, I'm going to repeat coloring, because then it makes it even more blended, and the colors will be coming up starker, so that's better. So this piece will be a little bit lighter, so to make the difference between that piece and the piece below. So This is my terracotta. I think it needs to be darker up here, because this piece, this small piece, is belonging to this one, so it has to be separated from this piece. And how to do that is to make it dark here in at the end, to make it dark, and then just terracotta color at the end. So then you get the idea that is belonging to this one. At least I hope. I have here my prismacolor again to make some lighter spots. There are people who are coloring this who are also using gel pens to make highlights in the hair. You can do that if you want. You can do crazy things, but if you don't want it, just try to get a lighter color pencil to do it. It's just a little bit the feeling, the look where you are going for. So this is terracotta, so I'm now making a little bit of color in it. Going further with my sanguine. Everybody does it a little bit different, so, and it's okay. If you do more like mixed media art, you could play much more with gel pens and with paint pens and that kind of things. So it depends a little bit what you like. And yes, my problem is I like everything. But yeah. Blue, and I'm going over it with my terracotta a little to tone it down, to get that nice color, the blue greenish color. Get the sanguine again, making some parts darker. Taking my burnt sienna. And you can see, because I'm making this much darker, the light will come up. So you see it more than when you don't do it. So this is why it's important to play with your dark and lightest colors, just to let to pop up some pieces, if it is in the hair or in a dress or whatever, it doesn't matter. The light and darks are very important in a painting. Okay. you still see it? Oh no, I'm out of frame because I zoomed in. I'm going to sit on my camera, so I don't hope you are going to get a little bit sick. Just to get it for you better in frame. Which well, that's the problem, because if I had this kind of color in a Prisma, I had used them in polychromos, sorry. So that's it. That's why I'm using this one and not one of my polychromos. But you have to see what for you works for you the best. You can use an like an ivory or a cream, or maybe even a soft yellow one. It will be a little bit different, but that are colors who you can make your lights with. But this one is a color, it's beige, called in prismacolor, and it's the same color what I'm using in the skin. So that's why I choose this one, because then the skin and the hair becomes more together as one. So that's why I'm using this one. But if you don't have it, like a lot of people in the Netherlands at least, I think, then you are using your ivory, your cream. Even you can even use your white, only it is a little bit different. But if you're using your white and you're going over top with your terracotta, it will also be a little bit lighter than when you are only using terracotta. So just try to play with those colors and see what it does. Okay? And always testing before you're going on your paper, because every paper reacts differently with your pencils. If you are thinking from, okay, now I'm knowing it, this color went over this color and I'm then getting this one. Oh my gosh, I have something in my throat. But when you are using another paper next time, it doesn't mean that the results will be the same, because your paper also can do strange things. So always test. Test. That's so important. I can't tell that to people enough to test. So I'm having the blue again there, so I'm going with my lightest color, just a bit over it to get that nice color that I want. I have here my Sienna again. Take my sanguine. And my terracotta. And Antoinette, if you have other pencils, if you only have polychromos, then you have to stick with that. But if you have other brands, just look and in in those pencils, because you can mix pencils. It doesn't need to be always be. I need to do something. I have here my picture, and it's all with stickles and all kind of things, and it has some kind of structure, and I have problems with it with this drawing, so I do some paper on it so I don't get any strange marks on this one. So just try to mix your colors of your pencils. If you need to, look for your colors, don't look for a kind of pencil. Okay, so now this one doesn't have much differences, so I'm going to make the one before here, so the brown part a little bit darker, so it will stand out more. So that's what I mean with coming back and change some things. Sometimes it's necessary. Just always keep watching how everything looks. So I'm hoping that you also see the difference then when I'm doing it. Need to work a little bit on this one. I see it's too flat, I think. But first I will drink my coffee. And what time is it? Okay, I will be here about 20 minutes or so, and then we are going to eat something. Okay, so I'm taking my dark brown also, and I try to draw some lines in it to make it even more darker here, because this is the center of her hair, and that's always darker. Look at your own hair, look at the hair from your husband or child or something. Look at people then. Look how shadows are falling. Always watch. There is something where you can learn from. If you are sitting in the bus or a train or something, just stare at people. Okay, that's better. Okay, so you can see the hair is here very white, and it gets narrow, so like almost a line. So you know when hair comes together it will be darker. So this is why we have to place the darker color when it's narrow, so that everything comes together. Yeah, that's scary because it's also at her eye, so we need to be careful with it. But it works. Sanguine. I'm going to do the one who's next to it with sanguine. And I see that I have to make my point a little bit sharper. Also, that is important to get sharp points when you are doing hair, because then the drawings, the hairs are so much easier for you. So a little inch of blue here, because there's not much here. Going over with my terracotta to push it a little bit back. And I'm going to take my light color to fill it up. And like I said, you can mix pencils. So this is a wax pencil, this is an oil-based pencil. So I'm just mixing them, and there is no problem. You can do it. Why wouldn't you? If you have then the right colors, the right mix. So I'm taking a paper towel for my hands because I'm getting warm hands, so I'm going to lay it down so that I'm not sticking all the time to my paper, and make my paper even, oh my gosh, how do you call it? Well, your hand is always having some oils, and that will become on your paper, and then it can affect your coloring. So terracotta. And I'm not going to push down the whole piece of blue, just most of them. So this is the real color, and just this is push down, here a little push down, here a little push down, but here at the end there is still the real color. I'm going to watch in my screen how it looks. Take my dark brown. But you can see I'm almost now an hour or something, or an hour and 15 minutes almost, and you can see how much it takes to do her hair, and I've only done this. But I don't mind to take the time for it, because the results will be beautiful. So, and if I'm going to lunch and I'm coming back later, I can do some coloring on my own time, and I don't mind. This takes me 2-3 days to finish a drawing, but still it's okay. Be careful for the fish. Okay, this one is turning again, so put on dark color at the turning point here. A little bit here at the end, because the fish will make some shadows. So to stand out the hairline more here, because it needs to be light, it needs to be dark, because the way of the hair is going tells me that. But this here, I'm not seeing very hard the difference between that hair and that. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking my darkest color, putting there a little bit of a line, just a small line here, so it will get more the darks and the lights against each other, and then you will see it better. I make it darker here, because this piece here of her hair is dark, so we can let this piece of her hair going down into this one without it looking strange. So I'm hoping that you are liking the way that I'm explaining things, because for me it's a natural thing, and I'm trying to explain for you how that works, how I see it. That's not always the same for everybody. Everybody sees it differently. So I'm trying to explain how I see it and why I'm making that choice. So for me now it's looking better. So this is what I mean with coming back to places to make things darker. Yeah. So I hope that this will be understandable for you. Please let me know if you are liking it the way that I'm explaining things, because I'm talking and talking, and if nobody likes it and thinks, oh my gosh, shut up and just color, then I'm going to do that. No problem. But I'm also giving coloring lessons in the Netherlands in a group, and I know that they like me to explain things like this. So that's why I'm doing it. It's a way that I'm used to. Okay. And always look carefully, because here's a little piece, but yeah, that is the background. So you always have to look. And sometimes I don't see it either, or what it is. And then I have to guess or do something about it. And sometimes I need to watch what other people did with it. So I'm making a darker line here, because this will represent my shadow line. So also this piece of hair is turned, so I need to be taking care of that one. I'm going to turn it just a little. Oh, I'm out of frame, I'm seeing. Okay, I'm taking my paper a little bit on this side. I have to wait. Yeah, there I am again. There I am again. But for me, it's not easy now. So I'm going to do those small lines, and then I think it's okay for today. You get the drift, how it works, how you can play with those colors. If you want to see the finished pictures of those coloring pages, what I'm doing, you can also go to my Instagram. Normally I post them there. It's on my own name. Maybe you can see it here. It's on my own name. It's Instagram. It's on Thea Bouwland, and this is my YouTube, Thea's Creations. So if you wanna see my images or what I'm doing on that time, because I'm not doing everything on YouTube, of course, then you can watch there. putting my lightest color against it. It's a little bit of strange piece of hair here, but yeah, it's what it is. Putting my lights in, taking my sanguine, making some parts darker. So I'm trying to leave the ends, not this one because this one is too big, but the smaller hair strands. I do only the lighter colors. So I have to make this darker because it twisted again. I'm now only using Terracotta and my highlight pencil from sanguine is going a little bit here to make the twist a little bit darker, and here is again a small twist. So this is all I'm doing about the small strands. And also this one, I'm now using my terracotta. And my highlight pencil, and nothing more. So this is what it is for now. So I hope you liked it, what I did, and if that's true, please give me a thumbs up. And yeah, I hope to see you next time. I'm going to color the hair now further on my own, and the next video maybe tomorrow, because I'm a week off, so I can come a little bit more now on YouTube, because I don't have to work this week. I have to take some leave because I had too many hours, so I can do some more coloring. So I will be back maybe tomorrow for the fish. We are going to do some fish. Maybe I will color already a few, and then we are going to do a few together. And then the last part will be the background, and that we are going to do with pen pastels. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do the fish in. I think, well, we'll see. Maybe we are doing it in light fast or something. So I use prismacolors, polychromos, and maybe I'm going to do the light fast in the fish. It depends on the colors that I have, so I have to look for it. So because I just want to play just like this, with some bluish and oranges and gray tones. I really like this vibe, so let's do it. Let's try. Oh, see, she has brown eyes, and I was thinking about it also, brown or blue, but I think the brown will be so nice. I still have something in my throat, but thank you for watching and being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.